I have bipolar disorder, so I go through manic phases, depressive phases, and normal phases. And I wanted to kind of give you an idea of what's going on in my mind and body when I go through a manic episode. My flights of ideas, my frenetic gesturing, all the activity, all the energy, all the ideas, all the inspiration, and kind of how it affects me. So I wrote up I guess a kind of a monologue to kind of help you get inside the manic mind. I should start a business. No, wait, write a novel. No, 3 novels. No, clean the house, every surface, every drawer, every object. Organize them, alphabetize them, color code them, emotion code them, urgency code them. I should call everyone I know. Everyone. Right now. What if I learned 3 languages this week? Could I? I could. Should I run a marathon in the living room? Yes, absolutely. Why not? Who's stopping me? I start projects faster than I can name them, paint, write, build, type, draw, compose. I grab objects, move them, throw them, rearrange them. I pace, I run in circles, I spin, I laugh, I sing, I hum, I shout, I whisper. I write a list of lists, I make lists of lists of lists. I check boxes, I uncheck them, I redo them, I throw sticky notes in the air and catch them. I dance with them, I choreograph their fall. I could memorize the dictionary. I could memorize the universe. I could run through every city in the world in a single afternoon. I could adopt all the stray animals in my neighborhood. I could start multiple businesses. I could bake, cook, write, organize, paint, create symphonies, redesign reality. I could. I could. I could. I call people, I text people, I call more people, I text again, I repeat, I pace, I clean, I organize, I sweep, I reorganize, I alphabetize everything, I spin, I jump, I climb furniture, I move furniture, I rearrange furniture, I sweep again, I dance again, I hum, I sing, I yell, I laugh, I cry, I feel everything at once. I could start a podcast, a band, a religion, a movement, a holiday, a YouTube channel, a symphony, a mural, a revolution. I could. I could. I could. The fire is inside me. I feel invincible, unstoppable, alive. Every thought matters. Every action matters. Everything matters. I pace, I run, I spin, I jump, I organize, I alphabetize, I memorize, I write, I draw, I paint, I text, I call, I sing, I hum, I clean, I cook, I bake, I adopt stray animals, I climb chairs, I balance on tables, I invent, I create, I destroy, I remake, I repeat, I repeat, I repeat. Sleep is impossible. Sleep's unnecessary. Sleep would slow me down. I can't slow down. I must act. I must think. I must move. I must create. I must feel everything. Now. Urgent. Immediate. Vital. Alive. The world bends. I bend with it. I run with it. I jump with it. I spin with it. I dance with it. I create with it. I destroy with it. I do everything at once. I throw papers in the air, I catch them, I scribble, I write, I erase, I rewrite, I start a poem, I start a song, I start a business plan, I start another poem, I start a list of lists, I start again, I run, I jump, I spin, I pace, I hum, I sing, I laugh, I cry, I do it all at once. I could do everything. I could do anything. I could do it all. I could memorize, organize, invent, build, write, paint, cook, clean, run, jump, dance, sing, climb, sweep, organize, call, text, dream, laugh, scream, cry. I could. I could. I could try to sit down. I can't sit. I must move. I must act. I must create. I must think. I must do. I must. I pace. I run. I spin. I climb. I jump. I sweep. I clean. I organize. I write. I paint. I bake. I cook. I sing. I hum. I shout. I whisper. I text. I call. I adopt stray animals. I climb chairs. I balance on tables. I throw sticky notes in the air. I catch them. I dance with them and choreograph their fall. Everything matters. Everything is urgent. Everything is possible. Everything is necessary. Everything is me. I feel it all. The fire, the blur, the rush, the invincibility, the chaos. I remember it. I remember moving faster than thought, faster than light, faster than the world itself. I remember the streaks of brilliance, the flashes of genius, the energy that felt like it could remake reality. I could memorize the universe. I could memorize every song, every poem, every fact, every word ever written. I could run through time. I could dance through space. I could feel everything at once. I could do everything at once. And I do. I do. I do. I pace, I run, I spin, I jump, I throw things in the air, I catch them, I sweep, I clean, I organize, I alphabetize, I color code, I categorize, I memorize, I sing, I hum, I shout, I whisper, I call, I text, I laugh, I cry, I scream, I whisper, I dance, I paint, I write, I draw, I bake, I cook, I climb, I balance, I race, I repeat, and then the blur. The fire fades. The streak of light disappears. The speed slows. The world becomes gray. The thoughts scatter. The energy drains. I remember fragments, flashes, sparks. But I remember, and I ache. And I laugh. And I long. I remember being unstoppable, invincible, alive. And though it's gone, even in the quiet, even in the gray, I can feel it flicker. Just a spark. A streak in my mind. And I know that it is still me, somewhere, running, spinning, creating, racing, alive. And I wait. I wait for the fire. I wait for the streak. I wait for the blur. And I know it will come again.